As you can see in the latest newsletter on the Mark13newsletter.com, first of all, there's an excerpt from a CFR article that says the United States remains the largest donor to the United Nations, followed by an excerpt from an article about the disengaging entirely from the United Nations Debacle Act being introduced in the U.S. Senate, and then there's also an excerpt from another article with the title, "Is the UN Facing Its Single Biggest Crisis in 80 Years?" which points out that Elon Musk agreed with the idea of a U.S. exit from NATO as well as the United Nations. The United Nations being the great horn of the he-goat in Daniel chapter 8, according to the Daniel 11 hypothesis on biblicalresearchlabs.com, as well as the one who sends a raiser of taxes in Daniel 11:20. The raiser of taxes itself being most likely the Paris Climate Accord, but the subject of Daniel 11:20 is the one who sends the raiser of taxes, meaning the United Nations, which has to be broken, as you can see in Daniel chapter 8 verse 8, which is the same word translated as destroyed in Daniel 11:20, before the one world political system of Revelation 13 can emerge at the woe of the fifth trumpet, which is when Satan and his angels will get cast to earth, which may be what finally destroys the United Nations if it doesn't get destroyed just beforehand, because it's at the woe of the fifth trumpet that the so-called New World Order will replace the United Nations, and then after the one world political system of Revelation 13, the New World Order as it's called, gets wounded to death, Satan appears as the Antichrist at the woe of the sixth trumpet, which is when the one world political system becomes a one world religious system. The true Christ won't return until the woe of the seventh trumpet, 2.5 months after the woe of the sixth trumpet, and as the true Christ says in the last verse of Mark chapter 13, "What I say unto you, I say unto all, watch." The Apocalypse of Genesis contains a study of the first 8 chapters of the book of Genesis on one audio compact disc, free of charge. Just call 1-800-816-2432 and tell us where to mail it, and we'll also send you a free copy of the 7 Seals of the Apocalypse booklet along with the free CD. Again, that's 1-800-816-2432. Fantastic, you'll enjoy it.